I don't know. This title just seemed kind of interesting. Plus, I wasn't an avid watcher of cops, but like sometimes if I came across the bad boys,
bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boy, you know, whenever I came across that, it would hold my attention for a little bit, and I would just be interested in seeing like what happens when they're out there in the action, you know? Because I don't see myself being a policeman, so it's just cool getting a front row seat from their body cam as to what they go through on a daily basis when they're out there dealing with people, you know? But this is when suspects try to seduce cops. I would like to see... I bet some cops are on their... You know, most of them are on their best behavior, right? But since they know their body cam is going 24/7... or do they have like a button? I don't know. I don't know if they have like a little button where they turn it on and turn it off whenever things go down, or if it's just rolling 24/7 as soon as they put on their uniform. But I bet even when they deal with women that try to seduce them, since the camera's going, they can't. But temptation for a guy can be overwhelming sometimes. But I'm gonna stop rambling.
Use many violent methods to try and escape. But what happens when suspects try to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid sentences? Here are 4 examples of when this very situation was caught on camera. Starting with 48-year-old Kelly Barton.
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that clip, I thought it was a man.
Who drove into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient for work. However, when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Kelly?
Yes?
How are you doing?
Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening.
Yeah, she seemed like she had too much to drink.
But doesn't admit to driving, despite it being her job. Unfortunately for her though, security camera footage from the gas station proves that she was in fact behind the wheel, and is now facing charges of both DUI and neglect due to the responsibility she carried while driving with the patient.
I mean,
but as an ambulance pulls up to...
She could have crashed that car into a gas pump. That is dangerous, man.
Perform some tests on her, Kelly reveals that she has another trick up her sleeve, and begins repeatedly flirting with all of the officers at the scene.
Look at you handsome.
Do you want the light squad to check you, ma'am?
Let them do what they gotta do. Come on, boys. Hey. I want the little young boys. Ask me how I'm feeling. Let the little young boys tell me. Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eye.
Let me check your blood sugar real
Okay.
quick.
Look at him.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I would do him in a way that he won't even. Hey, look. He can look tough all he wants, right? Don't let me get him.
After multiple tests, it's clear to the officers that Kelly was way over the legal limits, and is arrested for driving while intoxicated. And after struggling to get her into the police vehicle, she's sent on her way to the police station. But if you think Kelly was bold for talking to cops like that, 18-year-old Skylar Fluss is on a completely different level. Going so far as to post this video to thousands of people bragging about how she got away with the DUI.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Skylar was pulled over after an officer saw her weaving around the road in a way that suggested she might not have been completely sober. But according to her video, she claims that using her flirtatious and quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with a f***ing warning. And gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee.
Oh!
Lunch. He was hot, so I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
If her story is true, then the officer would be in serious trouble. But luckily, the officer in question recorded the entire interaction on his body cam, and the video tells a completely different story.
Hello, my name's Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you were weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay.
sad.
Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart hurts.
Okay.
So bad.
Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone Have you been drinking or anything tonight? No? Okay.
The deputy then does give Skylar a card with the sheriff department's information on it, but it didn't include his personal number, and it didn't come with an invitation to dinner.
Boy, that's when them body cams come in handy, boy. That's one thing that I remember sitting in the studio between guys and girls, and I looked at everybody and I was like, so who do you think is, just because of the topic of conversation we were at, I was like, who's better at lying, women or guys? And all the women, eyes got big, and they was like, oh my God, the girls are way better at lying than guys. And it's true, because I've watched a couple of cop videos where the ladies, like, they're better at getting away with it. But guys are like, they just look so crazy, and their eyes are all big, and they look so guilty, you know. I'm like, come on, man, get it together.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay? So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle. And
this is why I like how when TikTok rolled out, everybody start. I hate how people will record before they help if they can help a situation. But I do like how everybody makes sure whenever drama goes down that somebody films it. So if they might get in trouble, they have video evidence that keeps them out of the trouble, you know?
You are. So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back.
TikTok really shows that there was a lot of shiesty people out here.
We're headed, get there safely, and I'm sorry you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I'm just right down the street. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you were weaving a little bit with no traffic out. I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all.
Skylar's video doesn't just contain disgusting footage of her laughing and bragging about exploiting this officer's kindness, but also states that she blew a 3.8 on the breathalyzer, ignoring that she wasn't even tested in the first place. The legal limit is only around 0.8 and already makes driving dangerous, but a reading of 3.8 would imply Skylar was not only blackout drunk, but close to death, as at a level of 4.0, respiratory failure is likely. But this doesn't mean Skylar was lying about being drunk underage. Videos were later discovered of her chugging tequila.
Oh my God, bro. Why do people gotta film everything they do for social media? That is so crazy to me, man.
From the bottle and acting drunk at a party just hours before she was caught driving. After she was confronted with this, Skylar confessed and admitted to everything.
I ended up getting a little too intoxicated. I was taking shots all night, and I decided to make the dumb decision to get into my car and drive.
She also admitted that the officer never asked her out. That was just a lie for social media attention. Regardless of her confession though, no further action was taken against her or the officer who failed to test her. But the same can't be said for Lydia Badillo. She was caught trying to transport 2 illegal immigrants over the Mexican border, and as soon as everything started to fall apart, she decided to try Seduce.
They look like they could have been her daughters or her nieces or something. They look similar to her.
The officer.
Just wait for me right here.
Like, you know, with how their faces look, they got, you know, similar facial features.
Okay, you don't have anything?
At your eyes. Sorry, sir.
What?
I'm looking at your eyes.
Why?
Because you look pretty handsome.
As soon as the officer realizes something might be up with the IDs, Lydia starts to smile and stare directly at his eyes before telling him how handsome he is. Obviously, this is just a trick to try and get out of the position she's put herself in. A trick that isn't going to work on this officer.
Estos documentos por un tiempo.
Oh, shoot, he speaks Spanish too. God dang.
Por un año. Ok, pues son falsos, ok. Y tener documentos en estados de Texas es un delito. Las ID, a esta te sale a un señor, al tuyo. A esta no me sale nada. Ok, so estas identificaciones son falsas. Okay.
After running the woman's driver's licenses through the national database, the officer discovers that the ID numbers return completely wrong results, meaning that both of them are totally fake. It's later discovered that the 2 women with Lydia in the car are both illegal immigrants from El Salvador. What's worse is that they were being transported through a service that often forces women into debt bondage, where the people who
that's sad. She was sex trafficking women. That's crazy.
transported them will make them pay off their debt through forced labor and sex work. So, while Lydia was arrested and the two women sent back over the border, they may have been saved from years of horrible treatment and abuse. One thing's for sure though, Lydia's attempt at flirting didn't work one bit. Unlike Brooke Teague's attempt, which actually worked out well. So well, it's rumored that her and the cop are still together to this day.
What? Oh my, really?
Brooke was pulled over after an officer witnessed her swerving around the road slightly, a telltale sign that the driver was either intoxicated or in need of help. So he swiftly pulled her over, only to be greeted in a surprising way.
Hey, I'm Officer Smith, Bentonville Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in traffic stop. I appreciate that. Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use. Doing some
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show it to you too.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachary?
Yeah.
How much you
Respect to the stepdaddy. Respect to all stepdads out there.
drink tonight?
Only one drink.
Just one drink.
Yep. Yes,
Final
sir.
answer.
Miller.
A Miller Lite.
Yes. I won't lie to you, a Miller Lite.
That's all you've had?
Yes, sir. You can ask Zachary.
I don't really want to talk
I
to
know
Zachary.
you don't, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
In just this first minute of conversation, two things become clear immediately. Brooke has definitely had more than one beer to drink, and how well she and the officer seem to be getting along already. Both points that will get increasingly more obvious as the footage continues.
Yeah, I can smell it from across the car.
She's like, I had one Miller Lite. There's no, I wanted to say, like, a Miller did that to you?
Big Miller, 128 ounce Miller.
Freaking bucket of Miller. Alright, where we at on it? Awesome. Brooke
Yes.
Teague. Am I saying that right? Teague?
Yes. Like baseball league.
Teague like baseball league.
Yep. It helps people spell it because they never spell it correctly.
Brooke then gets taken out for some sobriety tests, which take much longer than anticipated.
You're making me giggle. I'm sorry.
He makes me giggle too, that's okay.
Okay. I snore. I'm from
Sorry.
Huntsville.
We're supposed to be professional.
I'm from Huntsville. It's going to make
Huntsville? That's not far from here.
me snort.
Alright, stop laughing because you're making me laugh.
I'm not.
Right? Seriously.
I'm giggling. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
this is a serious deal. Alright, okay.
You're smiling. I can't help it.
Alright, stop.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, despite all the jokes, Brooke failed all the sobriety tests and was put under arrest.
How much you've actually had a drink?
I've had 2 Millers.
2 Millers now? That's it?
Yes, sir. You can call Mitchell, the manager.
Okay. Well, hey, go ahead and put your hands on your back for me, okay?
After a search of her car, which turned up nothing but a loose car seat, she was driven back to the police station where the sparks continued to fly.
I'm with you. Let's go over here.
Oh my god, is there a dog?
There is a dog.
Where?
He's over there. Over here. His name is Kolyak.
Kalia?
That's my dog.
That's different. Kolyak.
Is that your dog? What's his name?
His name is Coach.
Coach? I have 3 dogs in a row. Great Dane and a Mastiff.
Wow.
I like high school.
Oh my gosh. 3 dogs? I have a hard enough time dealing with one. That's not mine.
I don't think so. Where'd you go to high school?
Venmo?
Yeah,
Where'd you go?
Indiana. Valparaiso, Indiana.
Where in Indiana?
Valparaiso.
I was raised from Bluefield.
Really?
Note that despite the obvious chemistry, both Brooke and the officer have remained professional and are continuing to move on with the investigation. The officer had Brooke take a blood alcohol test where she blew 0.14%, almost twice the legal limit. Brooke still spent the night in jail to sober up and had her license suspended temporarily. But this interaction shows how respect and professionalism can make an investigation much, much easier. It's just unfortunate that this cop didn't meet Brooke at a bar. Maybe things would have ended with a night at his place instead of the jail.
Oh shoot, that's the end of it. Goddamn, let me stop it right there then. Oh Lord. I don't really have that much to say about that. I don't know if my hearing was wrong, but didn't the narrator say that last one had got with that girl and he said that they might still be together or something like that? But it ended with them saying that with clear professionalism, nothing happened. They just happened to get along really well. But if they had met at a bar, that might have ended differently. So there was capperage in this video. But yeah, I guess that's what happens with but yeah, those were examples of what happens when ladies try to seduce cops in order to get out of trouble. Or in order to, they're trying to get out of trouble. Let me know if there's anything else y'all want me to check out down in the comment section below. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks. Peace.